The winter lock-in is here. It's Monday morning. It is dark and we're about to hit the Stairmaster. We're on the stairs. 15 minutes on treadmill, 15 minutes on stairs. Liam, probably not off the stage, 12 hours from WMBF yesterday, which was a crazy standard of a show. Again, the natty standards are class. And on the Stairmaster, so first half done on a treadmill. You can't beat the stairs though. You cannot beat the stairs. The reason I'm back here this morning is because I would have just been pissing about and cardio would have gotten done. But when would it have gotten done? You know, I just want to tick that box nice and early this morning, get it done. Checked in this morning also. This is how we were looking. Not too bad, not too bad. It's just about another week of staying on top of it now. Staying accountable, keeping routine locked in. Mornings are getting darker, evenings are getting darker. But we're excited for it, lad. We're excited for it. This is why you can't beat the stairs. No hands, right? No hands, make it tough. I'm on level 8 here, which might be good, might be bad. But we're gonna get a sweat on. It's Monday morning. It's fucking havoc. Cardio's unreal, isn't it? I really look forward to doing my cardio. 30 minutes cardio, couple steps, out the gap again, and we'll be home. And it's just another box ticked at the very start of the day. In terms of cardio now, I'm going to be splitting it up, not stairs the whole time, because recovery. Obviously my training is kingpin at the top, my recovery, right? At the start of the week, the way my training is laid out, I can get away with doing a good bit in terms of going hard on the stairs. And then as the week comes closer to the end, it will be more so relying on the walking pad and the bike for cardio. Like, even if I want to run, as of right now, the way I've laid out, I could do a run on a Thursday, because I was jogging on the treadmill last Thursday evening when Dan was in here and I really enjoyed it. So that's the way we're going to split things up there. The big benefits behind cardio, like, I fucking love it. I feel for my guys on prep who are battering away, but I know you're battering away, but I did it too. I just really look forward to my cardio now here in the gaining phase and not letting it slip, you know, just having that on lock. And the benefits behind it for a gaining phase, like fat loss aside, is just the health, lads. Like my heart, you know, keeping blood pressure in a good spot, obviously helping with body composition, but it's more so the heart and keeping my resting heart rate down now and not seeing that rising too much either. Nothing better than it. As long as we can recover properly, which we're still doing. I'm battered at the end of the week. Like yesterday, Sunday, I was rolled off, but feeling good now again this morning, you know. And you just have to find that fine line of being battered but also being able to recover and being able to go at it again. So we've got push on the cards today. Big morning of check-ins is about to commence. Let's have another good week, another week of sicko mode, another week of the off season. God, you can feel the apple cider vinegar hitting the stomach straight away, attacking the stomach straight away. At least these bananas don't look natty compared to me, who isn't natty but looks natty. I had to get the bananas in for the pre-workout when I was dropping down to work because I still have no van. Weeks now, but all is good. At least I have Dan's car to be able to use to get around when we need it. I actually yesterday needed to go somewhere. I had to take one of the tractors from the farm. But all is good. I also just have check-ins, first round of check-ins blocked off, done. So I'm going to get the pre-workout meal in. And then we'll get back to check-ins. And then we'll go to the gym. It's push day. all is good. I also have a consultation booked in with someone looking to jump on board this evening as well. I have another lad who's just inquired for coaching, so all is good, all is busy. Monday morning, you know yourself, I will have my own check-in to do as well. I have photos submitted, so let me go in here and show you just really quick, and then I'm just going to have a good think to myself. We have 18 weeks, 19 weeks, 18 weeks, 6 days, 13 hours in my head right now. On Kahunas, you have a countdown. So anyone who has a goal set, like I want anyone that works with me to have like a goal date in place as much as possible the whole time. A date that we're consistently working off. And even for myself there now. So the goal date that I've just put in was the 19th of January. As of right now, which gave me like 20 weeks. You know, like I said, right, from here, where will 20 weeks be? And I want a good solid 20-week push. So that's another week gone off it there. You know, those weeks are just going to keep going and going and going. You know, like only like 16, probably 15 weeks or so till Christmas now, do we? Even less. Like, so think about what you can do in that time. But with Kunas as well, the beauty of it as well, you can compare the check-ins, you know, and compare the photos, which is a cool thing. So if I show ye here now what we were looking like this morning versus what we were looking like last week. Lighting is slightly different because the light is on this side this week instead of that side, but that's what we looked like last Monday. This is what we look like this week. So let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you're thinking. I'm really enjoying it, but I just have to spend that little bit of time. Like with my check-in, just like everyone else, you know, I've put in here, you know, how the week was, you know, just notes on the week, you know, what I want to improve on, all these other little variables then as well, and just tracking it exactly like I track it like anything else. Do you know what I mean? And just doing it like that, because that's the only way we're going to do it. Because, you know, things can, as I said, especially with me, you know, with my body composition, you know, like I don't look good when I'm heavy. Like I don't look good when body fat starts to go on. I thought I'd look worse this morning with the way I kind of like felt, do you know, that kind of way? Like, do you know when you're like in tune and you're like, I'm going to look shitter here now this morning. But at the same time, I just need to make sure I'm not pushing too hard, like, you know, and see where body weight goes now this week. And as I said, all health markers like blood pressure, really good this week just gone. I'm hoping to keep that, you know, exactly where it is right now. As I said, keeping heart rate down nice and low. Blood glucose as well, that's in and around 4.5 at the moment, which is good for me. But if we can keep that nice and in a nice spot, keep that, you know, nice and low, keep us sensitive for food going in, that'll be really good as well. And then we will see in terms of adjustments. Because cardio is kind of going to stay at the same level, you know, as I said, there's not massive need for more food as such, depending on what way body weight goes. Like I'm not looking for big jumps in body weight now, really, to be honest. And obviously with gear going in there last week, I want to just get the big response off of that. But also that's, you know, a response that we see over a bigger period of time, whereas you see a response off the food quicker in that kind of sense, if you get me. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at as of Monday, and 19 weeks pretty much left of this first push. But that 19 weeks could go further. Who knows? We just want to focus on this first block. I want you to listen to me when I say this. Come the end of the year, come this time next year, I am going to be massive. I'm going to be a different looking man. I'm saying that now. But we have to actually go and do that. We have to actually go and do the work for that to happen. So, pre-workout meal went in a little bit ago. Pre-workout is also going to go in. I did another coffee. No actual skim. Pre-workout, just 2 scoops of pump from ESN. Sponsorship from ESN would be class, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it, lad? I need a couple more like followers or something first. But 2 scoops of Electric Lemon Crank Pump Pro. Stim free. Sip this on the way to the gym. What I've basically done today is, I will show you, but I'm putting more food in pre-workout. You know, I've been up since 5:45, 5:45, and it is a good few hours later now. You know, probably 2 meals pre-workout would be smarter. Like as food goes higher and stuff, 2 meals pre-workout might be smarter. But just with the efficiency and everything, I like to work off no food a lot in the morning time, and then get the pre-workout meal in and go to the gym. You know, like I can eat the pre, go back to work for a little bit. But at the same time, if I ate a meal a lot earlier, which I probably will have to start doing, because I'm not too sure if I said it in this video this morning or not. It feels like I've already done a day in itself, but I want to pull food back a little bit earlier in the day. You know, that kind of way. So 140 gram of carbs pre-workout in pretty much one meal, like one big ass meal. 100 gram of cream of rice, and then a little bit more banana, and then rice cakes then as well. Rice cakes and fruit, protein, peanut butter, dark chocolate, and then I'm also doing cream of rice post-workout. We're just going to see, and then we'll have 2 jasmine rice meals. We will have a sourdough meal, and then we will have the creamy meal at the end of the day then as well. But yeah, carbs are going through the system. Still vascular. I expect to get a good pump in the gym today. Yeah, push date is on. Push date is on. We have the logbook there. We're going to beat numbers again. That's the big thing with the gym. Like, go into the gym, attack. You know, beat the numbers compared to last week. And you will grow. You know, you will build muscle. Even though you mightn't see it right in front of you, you mightn't see it happening right in front of you. And that's the thing that I just need to be just always aware of here now over the next while, because we've never spent longer than a couple of months growing, is that the muscle is going to be growing, and you just need to be patient, lad. You just need to be patient. You know, I tell everyone else to be patient. I need to be patient as well. Like, I want that muscle I'm going to see this time next year now. It's not going to happen. It's just going to happen from me just doing the boring shit day in, day out. And that's why you just have to enjoy it. You know, just enjoy it as much as you possibly can. See that? Pissing rain this morning. Not a bit of blue, and now the blue is out. Barely a cloud in the sky, lad. Training at this hour, obviously it's still very early. You know, it's still morning time. With things being busier on certain days, just to align with Dan that little bit more, I don't know, and be more efficient with time. Even though I'm efficient, but like, you know, just time management and stuff, I may push things back on certain days to align my training with Dan. Because I was up there this morning, did cardio, and now I'm going to the gym again. And if Dan's going to the gym again this evening, that's 3 times in the gym, you know. And all in well, I don't mind like spreading workout that little bit more and working later in the evening and stuff. But it might just be smarter on certain days, like Mondays and Tuesdays. But then when I think of it again, the time I go to the gym is very quiet. If I go to the gym when Dan's going to the gym is very busy, and getting on machines and stuff would just be frustrating. And it's just, we'll just have to see. I need to try it out, like, because in prep, it's a no-no. But in off-season, when you have a lot of food and stuff going in, like, I like those sessions where there's a fuck ton of food gone in already in the day, and evening strength is nice, do you know what I mean? Also, even though I shaved the face this morning, off-season face, lad, moon face. Anyone knows me, you know, the way the face goes when we fucking get heavy. Not good, lad. Yep. Put me in a relaxed state, lad. Post-workout, we're back from the gym. I was going to record, but I just got in there, lads, and I got stuck in. The logbook is flying, like absolutely flying. And it's going to be a sad day when that slows down a small little bit. But get post-workout in, get back to work. Did stop in Lidl for a couple little bits, as I said, to top up. No meat or anything. We'll have to do a proper food shop in the next number of days. But this is what I'm talking about, right? If you look at the food here now, it just looks like a prep food shop. And this is what I'm talking about when I was talking in the last video of it just being a continuation with everything that we're doing. It's just more of it. More training, more food, but doing the exact same things. You know what I mean? And you're going to get more out of it with that. So like that, more energy, more, like, what does building muscle require? It requires more. Do you know what I mean? More of what you were doing before. When we were in prep, in fat loss, you know, it requires less. You know, obviously we're trying to lessen the amount of body fat that we have. It's going to take less food. Yeah, it's going to take like more steps, more cardio and stuff. But you know what I mean? Like, it's just more here of everything, like more volume in the gym. And it's just a case of going in there and just doing more every single week. It's going to be sad when it starts to slow down, but that's the joys of it as well. So post-workout in, get back to work. This is what we were looking like post-workout. Somewhere here, very, very happy, but like the numbers were just moving again. You know, like up a lot of weight on certain movements, up reps. Like, it's just like, come on, lad, come on. That post-workout is a bowl of cream of rice. Imagine if it just went cold cream of rice out the fridge, boys. Joined by JP chocolate fudge, and then I'm gonna have pre-cooked from yesterday chicken. Fucking kill a man with this hardness of that. and then that'll be it, and then get the rest of the meals in throughout the day. As I said, definitely felt really good as well from having the extra 40 gram of carbs. We've nailed this one. Went chocolate mode. Chicken breast can be used for the next meal. For efficiency, whacked a little sludge in there, and it's just efficient. You know, like I had that made earlier, so I made 2 cream rices at once. One hot one, one cold one. And it's absolutely beautiful. It's a nice little change instead of a caramel biscuit for a change. But that's where we're at. I'm going to be behind the desk now for the rest of the day. Like a cake. It's like a cake, lad. But basically with myself, in terms of adjustments now this week and what I'm going to do with myself moving forward. Again, we're only like officially a week, lad, into the off season. And obviously, we got a long way ahead of us. Not weeks, months. Probably not even months, years. So we need to pace ourselves, like I tell everyone. I'm going to make a podcast on my current situation, where I'm going and what my kind of plan of attack is, my plan of action in more long form. Did also record, which will be out now this week, episode 1 of the podcast. Episode 1 of the podcast. So I'm looking forward to kicking that off, getting some really good guests on and having some very good DMCs, that deep, meaningful conversations, if you didn't know. Good old DMC. I was looking at my own, like I showed you the photos earlier, in terms of what I'm going to do this week, you know, because you can be very, you know, when it comes to your own self and making adjustments and stuff, you can just be very attached, like emotionally and kind of shit like that. Do you know what I mean? Like looking at my training day food, obviously it's at 3,500 calories, you know, and for me, that's like near the peak of my food has ever been. Do you know, I think 3,600 calories is the highest I've ever been to in that gaining phase last year before we started prep, that little gaining phase from like September to December, you know, which is no time at all. So I have to think like I'm already at that point, nearly. But protein is quite high at 280 grams. Fat on a training day is at 60. Carbs are at 460, you know, and I'm kind of thinking there, you know, would it be smarter just to bring fats down a touch? Do I need as much fats there on a training day? Realistically, I don't. And protein also, I'm in the midst of, you know, bringing down potentially a small little bit. We'll see. You have to wait till we do a full day of eating later on in the week to see what I do with food, to see what I do with myself this week. But rest day food then is at 3,000 calories, 3,060 calories here on the app. Again, fat is the same at 60. Carbs are 350, protein is 280. Like, I'm kind of happy, like, because digestion and stuff is in a really good spot. I'm kind of happy to, like, keep protein as high as it is right now, just because, you know, appetite and hunger is still, you know, really, really high throughout the day. Like, majority of the time I'm doing 6 meals, you know, with lots of veg, lots of food, obviously. So it's not a case of that. Like, appetite is high. As I said to you earlier, like, insulin sensitivity is still nice and low, which is where it needs to stay. And we won't be putting any exogenous insulin in for a while, probably until food gets quite high. But we'll see. I just need to play it by ear. Again, as I said, only 1 week into the off season, lad. Need to just play it by ear and just let the muscle be built without rushing things. I'm still working out like the meal plan as such, just what actually is best for me to stick to. So I don't need to be like bollocksing with macros and everything every single day, but when you know and you've been doing it for so long, it's not really an issue either. Like, you see how much fruit and how much veg goes in. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're my favourite sources of carbs, is bloody fruit. So I do go heavy on the fruit, heavy on the veg every single day as well. So that's where we're at. That is the story. Let me know, like, what I could go more in depth on, what you might want to see, because I'm just doing it on the daily anyway. I might as well be showing people, I might as well be helping people as much as I possibly can. As much as it gets you through a cardio session, I might as well be helping you on your journey too, if I can. So yeah, drop the video like, subscribe if you haven't already, lad. That's what we've been at. That's what we're continuing to go at. There's not much more to share. Let me know what the story is.